represents Trolldom and Seder and Spådom and all these kinds of things, namely the oral tradition. It all comes together in an interesting legend. As I said, this is what it says: who rose the stone, who Christianized this area, and so on. But there's a local legend about this, written down in 1635 by the vicar, Morgens Pedersen. And it says like this: long ago there were two trolls, Jata and Kata, who stood by the shores of Lake Storsjön, which we have behind us, and boiled something in two kettles. And they boiled and they spod, which can mean both foretold future and did magic for days, weeks and years. And they had no idea what the brew was going to produce, so they were very curious about it. And one evening a peculiar sound was heard from one of these cauldrons. Sounded very strange. It moaned and screamed, and then a large bang was heard. And a strange animal with the body of a black serpent and the head of a cat came out, jumped into the lake and disappeared. And it's said that this beast liked to be in the lake, so it grew and grew and grew and grew. And it arose fear and terror in everyone that lived in the area, of course. And finally, it was so big that it reached around the entire island of Östersund, where we now stand. So big and tall that it could bite its own tail. Now, according to this legend, also Ketil Runske, a famous hero of Sweden, who once stole the runes from Odin and became the most troll-cunning person himself. A little bit like our version of the ancient Greek hero Theseus. Anyway, he came up here and he bound the animal and with troll formulas. And it is said that it should not be broken until someone could come and read the runes upon the stone. So according to the oral legend, this is what it talks about, and not who rose the stone and so on and so forth. But it gives you an idea of the lore of the oral tradition, the characters in the oral tradition, and what's actually depicted by the literary tradition. If you're interested in learning more about this and about Trolldom, about Spådom, about Seder,